But first, this could be the biggest political scandal in American presidential history. As a matter of fact, I believe it's the biggest scandal in presidential history and White House history. Tonight, the Department of Justice has officially opened a major investigation into the Biden administration's prolific use of the auto pen, especially during Biden's final days in office. Let me make a prediction here tonight. There are people that will be in a lot of trouble before this is all said and done. In fact, out of the scores of Biden's last-minute pardons, only one appeared to be physically signed by Joe Biden. Take a look.
When you look at these last-minute Biden pardons, the big ones, Biden siblings, Fauci, January 6th committee.
That's right.
Most of the big ones have the same very neat signature. We would expect that probably to be the auto pen. There is one that looks different. It looks authentic. In fact, if you look at the last name, it almost looks like the president was having a hard time spelling his last name there. Is this White House of the opinion that the only pardon that would count is one that the president signed himself?
It's very interesting. Very interesting props. If you want to bring them to my office later so I can take a closer look, I would like to do that. The president is making a good point when he discusses the usage of the auto pen. Who was running the country for the past 4 years? Perhaps those documents were signed with the auto pen, something that this, I believe the Department of Justice is looking into. As you saw, Ed Martin made an announcement at the Department of Justice this morning to launch an investigation because the American people deserve answers.
All right, that certainly doesn't look good, does it? Now, as a reminder, multiple presidents, they have directed staff to use the auto pen to sign official documents, but the key word here is directed. Past presidents directed their staff to use the auto pen, typically when they were out of town. Now, does anyone on either side of the aisle or in the state-run legacy media mob actually believe Joe Biden was capable of directing his staff to do anything in those final days when they thought they'd run him for re-election and just bring out proof of life occasionally if he won again? It was the other way around.